Women love to talk a lot as a way of releasing their emotions. I welcome you this morning. I want to quickly share with you one of the basic things that a woman wants from the man in marriage. And it will surprise you to hear this that women love to talk. Women love to share, they want to talk as a way of releasing their emotions. And because a woman is an interrelated personality, they want to communicate. They want to communicate. And when it comes to communication with women, it's a two-way traffic. Communication, that is, they do the active talking and then active listening, which is what they expect from you as a man. A woman is like a tea kettle. In the course of the day, she has gathered all manner of things that happen to her during the day. And so it has been built up inside of her. So she needs to release them she needs to release some of those feelings to someone around her. She can't wait for tomorrow to do them. She can't wait for next year, next month, next week to release those things. She wants to release them here and now. But for the man, it's a different ball game. That's why most times we men tend not to understand women when it comes to communication, when it comes to talking. A man naturally wants to put things away. A man naturally wants to postpone that talk, that discussion. A man most times don't find reasons to talk because a man naturally is wired to know the things that he wants and also how to go about them. When things are happening to a man, he can easily know them. But when things are happening to the woman, a woman naturally doesn't understand. She knows that a lot of things are happening around her. She understands that a lot of things are going on around her, but she doesn't really know how to know them. So she wants to speak. She wants someone to talk with her. And they know that in the course of talking with them, that's when they begin to understand a lot of things. For example, a woman may be seeing the signs that maybe that this man doesn't love her anymore, but she doesn't know how to go about it. She needs to engage with you in a discussion so that she will understand from the words of your mouth if you still love her or not. Don't forget, everything you do with a woman, she narrows them to love. While everything you do with a man, she summarizes them with respect. If you bring a man and a woman, if a man finish eating and the woman carries the plate to wash, a man sees it as an act of respect and honor. The same plate, if the man finish eating and if the woman finish eating and the man carries the plate to wash them, the woman sees them as an act of love. She sees it that this man loves me. So if you're a man, please hear me now. One of the basic things you do to keep her is always make out time for talk. Set aside a time of talking. Have you noticed that even while she's talking about prayers, John to pray, John us to pray. Actually, really, what she wants is to draw you closer, to sit with her, and then immediately after prayer, have you noticed? Immediately after prayer, she switches from the prayers and then to talk. She feels like talking. That's how naturally a woman is wired to be. And that was where Adam, the first man, missed it in the Garden of Eden. The man talked with God, and they had time with God, and then with the wife, Adam was always missing in the jungle. Because if he had had enough time to talk with the wife, the truth is this, the wife would have understood a lot of things. Number two is that if he had been talking with the man would not have time to engage the serpent. The woman had time to engage with the serpent because no one was engaging her. If you understand the discussion with the serpent, you know that there's nothing really going on there. It was just that she needed someone to talk with. And then the serpent now engaged her. So men, if you're a man, please, that's why sometimes, you see, men naturally, one of the things you will do to keep your man far away from you, is to always tell him that you have something to discuss with him. Naturally, men don't like anything that will, that will bring about that discussion time. They feel, leave it. We can always talk about it tomorrow or next year. But the woman wants it right now. So one of the ways to turn your man off is to tell him, I have something to talk with you. They feel somehow whenever you say, I want to talk with you. That's not in the nature of the man. But as a man, you have to learn how to talk with your wife. And most times when you come to talk with her, it's not a time to begin to defend yourself. It's not a time to begin to complain about her. No, all she needed by that talking time, all that your wife wants, is just a way for you to demonstrate. She wants to know that you still love her. She wants to understand where you are by time. She wants to know. Maybe she can start complaining, telling you about this. Maybe start complaining about one thing. Maybe you come back late. Why do you always come back late? Every time you come back late, all she wants to get from you, it's not for you to start defending yourself. It's not for you to. It's not for you to start making excuses. All she's looking for, you're not coming back early anymore. What she wants to hear from you is something like, if not for this job, how will I stay out away from home, leaving you? If, in fact, if you see how I was always trying to meet up with time so that I'll come back and see you. I wouldn't, how can I, naturally for me, I wouldn't like to leave you and the kids at home alone. I love you so much, I always want to be with you. Or can you always come to the office and stay with me? So everything she asks you, she's trying to know if you still love her. She's not asking you to make excuses. She's trying to know if you still love her. So that she's talking and you start making excuses, you are even creating more problems. You are elongating the issues. You are creating more headache for yourself. All she needs to hear from you is that, oh, I love you. Oh, if left to me alone, how will I leave you? How will I leave you alone if not for the nature of this job? In fact, I would like to change this job so that I will have more time. So she wants to everything she's discussing with you to boil down to I love you. But most times, women, you miss it. If you're a woman listening to me, you also miss it in a way that you feel that nagging at your husband will change him. Please learn this. Nagging at your husband is not what is going to change him. Naturally, every man runs away from anybody, any man, any woman that tries to nag at him as a way of correcting him. If you nag at your husband as a way of correcting him, Bible even says that he will prefer to go and live in the roof than to live with you in the house. An average man doesn't want to hear his area of weakness. Even if you must say it, you have to be diplomatic to pass the message. In fact, it's better don't voice it with your mouth, but use style to chip it in. You can use praise to make him know about it. For example, you see your husband eating anyhow in the public. Maybe he's eating without respect. If you ever tell him you don't know how to eat, that's where you miss it too. Or you tell him, can't you see how other men are eating? You will lose your man forever. You can, by praise, correct him. In fact, there's a way you even praise him. He knows that he's wrong. On his own, he will change. He will adapt. But for you to confront him and tell him you don't know how to do this, you see, he will run far away from you. In fact, that's why have you noticed that most times when you nag at your husband a lot, you tell him his weaknesses, instead of improving on them, he tends to run away from the house. He goes to where he will stay with his friends that accept him the way he is. And that's why you miss him. He can even run to another woman outside that have accepted him the way he is. He will go to watch football match because he knows that place, they understand each other very well. He understand Manchester and Arsenal. He knows everything going, he's accepted there. He feels that's where he will have peace. He will never understand that you are trying to make him improve. Because that is how a man is wired. Naturally, ego is in every man. The easiest way, the best way to learn to keep him is to learn to correct him without hurting his ego. It's in every man. And that's the worst mistake you make in life, is to correct your man by comparing him with other people. If you compare him, he will never see any reason to improve on that. Any area of the man that you complain about, you tell him that he openly that he's not good at that area. What he will do, he will switch to another area where he's good at. Rather than improve on that area you are pointing at. So what am I talking in essence here? If you're a man, please learn to create time. Learn to make a time for talk. To women, the time for talk is the best moment of the day. It's the best time of the day. Communication, and then you listen. Open dialogue. Women appreciate it more when their partners take time to openly talk and share their thoughts with them. They like talking. Sometimes my wife always, she'll say, you just bring up one topic and then she'll start asking you so many questions. How do you, all she's trying to get from you is to know if you still love her. That's all they are trying to get from you. They're telling you all manner of stories for you to also let them know that, oh, I love you. I feel for you. Sometimes they'll come back from work and they tell you, this thing happened at the place of work, that one happened. They want to just make you feel with them. They want to make you know that, that you love them. In fact, can you stop this work? Because I wouldn't like to, I love you so much. I wouldn't like you to hurt yourself in the place of work. I wouldn't like a situation where somebody will be talking to you anyhow. You see, once they feel that you still love them, forget about what they're telling you about. Okay, tell her, okay, stop that work now. She will tell you, stop what? Because that's not their target. All those complaints you see them complain, all these things you see them talking about, that's not really their problem. It's not what they mean. They mean something else. They want to hear something behind what they're telling you about. There's another voice they want to hear. There's the tone they want to get from what they're telling you about. Not for you to defend yourself. No, just corner it to make them know and feel that you still love them. The Lord bless you for joining us this day, and I pray that the wisdom of God will keep working for you even in your marriage in the name of Jesus. Congratulations for being with us today. Join us again as we talk about trust and honesty. The Lord bless you. Congratulations.